Hello and welcome to the video where we will learn how to select the appropriate operation. Choosing the mathematical operation is an important part of the larger process of translating English sentences into mathematical expressions or equations. Success depends upon two things: the ability to understand the literal meaning of the sentence and the ability to translate this meaning mathematically. The process we're going to use for each question is: number one, highlight important information; number two, draw a model; and number three, write an expression or equation based on this model. The addition and subtraction concept focuses on recognizing the addition or subtraction of the matching or equivalent elements. Now, the words per, each, and for are mathematical words that indicates a group or a set. And what we're going to do with these groups or sets is visualize the group or set by drawing a circle, labeling it, and put extra information around the perimeter or circumference. Let's look at example number one. Andrew recently purchased a cell phone. He pays $35 per month plus 15 cents per text message. Using addition or subtraction, if he sent 3 text messages, which equation can be used to find A, the amount Andrew spent that month on his cell phone? So I highlighted the important information. I paid attention to the keywords or grouping words such as per. So when I made a model, let's look at the model. It says $35 per month. So I'm going to draw a circle, and I'm going to label that circle month, because the label after our group is usually behind the word. And then what do we know about a month? That it was $35 a month. Then it said plus, so I'm going to add 15 cents per text message. Well, it said per, so I drew another circle and labeled that circle text message. What do we know about the text message? Well, that was 15 cents. And then the question said if he sent 3 text messages. So if he sends 3 text messages, well, that would be like 3 circles of the same amount, 15 cents. So this will be our model. Now, what expression or equation can be made from this model? Well, what do you see? One equation, or one possible mathematical translation, is you saw 35 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15. And if you recognize multiplication, because you saw 15 cents 3 times, you could have wrote 35 plus 3 times 15. Or remember, 3 times did you see the number 15. So either one is correct. Let's look at another example. The school bus travels at an average speed of 35 miles per hour. Using addition or subtraction, show how far the school bus will travel in 2.5 hours. So, we just finished highlighting all our important words, all our keywords, and we saw that we had some words that indicated groups, such as per. Try to see if you can draw the model for yourself. You can pause the video now. Well, the first circle that you drew was a circle that says per hour. So you would drew a circle and labeled it hours. And what do you know about hours? That you get 35 miles per hour. So for every hour, you gain 35 miles. And then the problem says you travel 2.5 hours. So you should draw or should have drawn 2 whole circles and a half a circle, indicating the 2 whole hours and the half hour. And if you translate this model into a mathematical expression or equation, you will see that you have 35 plus 35 plus was half of 35, which is 17.5. Or you could have said 2 times that you see 35 plus 35 that you cut or divided into 2. Either equation is correct. Example. Bishop's department store had a sale on the following items: 3 pairs of socks for $7.65 and hats for $9.85 each. What is the total cost of 1 pair of socks and 2 hats? Now that we highlighted all the important information, take a moment to see if you can draw a model that represents this word problem. Let's look at the model provided. It says 3 pairs of socks for $7.65. So 4 is one of the words that indicates a group or a set. And in this set, we have 3 pairs of socks. Now everything inside this set costs $7.65. So if we divide it up by 3, we see that one sock or pair of socks costs $2.55. And then it says hats for $9.85 each. Well, each is again one of our grouping words, so we drew a circle and we put a hat in there. And what do we know about hats? That they're $9.85 each. And we need to get 2 of them. So 1 pair of socks, when we divided $7.65, gave us $2.55, and 2 hats for $9.85. So write an equation that represents this model. Let's look at the equation provided. Our equation reads $7.65 divided by 3, and we will add that to 2 times $9.85. Try this example problem. Joy is making a new coat. She needs 5.5 yards of fabric, 8 buttons, and 75 hundredths yards of trim. The fabric costs $3.99 per yard. The buttons are 2 for 50 cents, and a yard of trim sells for $4.15. What is the total cost of the fabric, buttons, and trim? So let's highlight all of our important information. She needs 5.5 or 5.5 yards of fabric, 8 buttons, and 75 hundredths yards of trim. The fabric costs $3.99 per yard, and the buttons are 2 for 50 cents, and a yard of trim sells for $4.15. Take a moment and draw a model that represents the word problem. Let's look at the model that was provided. Well, it says that the fabric was $3.99 per yard, per being the grouping word, so we drew a circle, labeled the yards of the fabric, and we knew that was $3.99. And she needs 5.5 or 5.5 yards of fabric, so we drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half, and half of that was $1.99. The second thing, she says she needs 8 buttons, and the buttons are sold for 2 for 50 cents. So with 4, we drew the square and put 2 things in it. And in this set, everything in this set costs 50 cents. So 1 is 25. She needs 8, so we drew 4 sets, 2, 4, 6, 8 for 50 cents each. And a yard of trim sells for $4.15. And she needs 75 hundredths of a yard, or 3/4, 3 out of 4 yard, 3 out of 4. So we drew this square and we put 1 yard in it. Now we have 1 yard, we need 3/4 of a yard. So we're going to divide this into 4 sections, but only take 3. And that equal to $3.11. So the question says, which equation shows the total cost of the fabric buttons and trim? Take a moment and look over your answer choices and select one. If you chose selection B, then you were correct. Look at how the answer choice B matches the model. Well, that's our video. Thank you for watching, and as always, remember, math is just making amazing thoughts happen.